His computer seized, his job on hold. A Jefferson City priest under investigation tonight.
A local congressman is fighting for federal funding to protect Missouri from future flooding.
And a cool report on those hot gadgets for your kids. KOMU 8 News at 10 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
The Jefferson City Diocese is responding to allegations against one of its priests. Good evening, I'm Jessica Smith.
And I'm Jim Rake. Thanks for joining us. Churchgoers are keeping tight-lipped about the incident. KOMU 8's Christy Lewis joins us live from Jefferson City with the details. Christy?
Jim, I'm standing outside of the Catholic Diocese in Jefferson City, where Father Brendan Doyle has been placed on a temporary leave of absence. Now, according to a press release from the diocese here, the priest has also stopped working on all diocese matters. He said that he's known him for years, but still cannot make any kind of comment about the incident. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Christy Lewis, KOMU 8 News.
We have a few high cirrus clouds rolling in overhead right now, but we will see continuing with that mostly clear sky out there during those overnight hours as we send it to live Doppler 8 First Alert Radar. Temperatures will be slightly warmer, though, because we still have that southerly wind tomorrow morning, so a little bit better than this morning's 21-degree low. But still a chilly start.
It'll get your attention.
All right, thanks, Michelle.
Following months of disagreement over new House and Senate redistricting plans, today the Missouri Appellate Apportionment Commission filed new plans and maps. KOMU 8's Kylie McGivern reported on the stalemate between the Bipartisan Citizens Commission back in August before it was turned over to the judicial panel. And Kylie, what has happened since?
Jim, the state constitution gave the appellate court judges 90 days to determine the new maps based on 2010 census data, which showed Missouri's population increased 7% over the past decade. Now, throughout Missouri's history, this is only the second time a judicial panel had to redistrict both chambers of the General Assembly. Regional population shifts and the population increase led to this redistricting, which is done every 10 years. If you want to take a closer look at some of the changes yourself, log on to our website at KOMU.com and search new legislative districts for an interactive redistricting map.
Thanks, Kylie. The Missouri Department of Economic Development got a chance to defend its actions regarding the failed Mamtech venture. A hostile committee says a fully operational Mamtech plant in China does not exist. The committee chair says it was the department's responsibility to investigate it. The department director says not only does he believe the plant exists, but he also believes his department fully investigated it.
Mr. Meglich informed Mr. Mahaffey that Mamtech is a startup company and that MDFB would require the sources and uses and a business plan that indicate the company had customers and contracts.
The committee also said the DED should do a better job of outlining its responsibilities. The hearings will continue tomorrow.
More business news. Heating manufacturer Indico has announced plans it will close its Boonville plant next year. The company will consolidate work from that plant to its Monroe City plant. Indico wants the 65 Boonville employees to relocate to Monroe City. Boonville residents worry about the effects of the closing.
It's not a good thing for Boonville because we're losing a lot of industry here, and heard rumors we're going to be losing some more. So I think it's going to affect the people finding jobs here.
The company is also closing a plant in Pennsylvania. The consolidation will move 85 jobs to Monroe City, 20 new jobs for Missouri.
Congressman Blaine Lukemeyer is trying to get more federal money for flood protection and prevention in Missouri. He testified today before a committee in Washington, D.C. KOMU 8's Travis Jackson shows us where the money would come from.
Some of the levees that broke due to flooding earlier this year still aren't back to full strength.
Damages have been projected by the University of Missouri at slightly over $100 million.
The Corps of Engineers is predicting a wetter than average winter. Travis Jackson, KOMU 8 News, Jefferson City.
According to Lukemeyer's office, there's no definite date for a decision on any reallocation of the funds.
In Callaway County, Portland residents told us today they're petitioning to keep their post office open. Post office is one of 3 in Callaway County that might close. Residents say they want to get 200 signatures by the time they turn the petition in next Monday. They say losing the post office would be tough for them and the mail carriers.
That would just be really almost impossible for him to pick up all of the mail at Ryland that we have, and no telling what time we get it, on a rural route, because he puts all the mail up for the Portland route here at the post office.
Postal Service says closing the Portland office would save about $400,000 during the next 10 years. The closings will be announced next year.
Everything from an adjustable high heel to a new beer design were some of the innovative ideas presented by MU students this evening. Teams of students presented 8 original ideas to a panel of judges in hopes to win funding for their project. The organization is called CLIMB, standing for Collaboration, Leadership, and Innovation for Missouri Business. The presenters are not worrying about finding jobs after graduation. Instead, they would rather create their own job.
This is the future. New businesses are being created in Columbia. The entrepreneurial movement is really great here. And the presence and resources that are coming together to help spur innovation.
The teams are made up of both graduate and undergraduate students. Some groups even include a community member. One team member thinks organizations like CLIMB is where new businesses are being created. CLIMB is able to award a total of $18,000 in grant funding to these students because of the support of donations.
It's not anarchy in the UK, but today the Iranian embassy there is vacant.
An unexplained blaze in Hong Kong.
And they're turned on and tuned in. Are gadgets making teens drop out of your conversation? The Iranian embassy in London is shut down.
And the death toll in a Hong Kong fire has risen to 9. KOMU 8's Alexander Stone has these stories and more in tonight's Worldview Report.
We begin in London tonight, where Britain shut down the Iranian embassy and expelled its staff over the storming of the British embassy in Tehran yesterday. Britain says the attack couldn't have happened without some kind of consent from Iranian authorities. And that's your look around the world tonight.
A new MU study says the gifts parents are buying for the holiday season might backfire.
And it's the end of the world as we know it. Or is it?
And temperatures will be much warmer for your Thursday afternoon. I'll have full details on what you can expect. That's coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10.
Now, your Live Dump First Alert weather with meteorologist Michelle Bogowitz.
Welcome back to you all. The time is 10:13. You're taking a look at our day-track sky cam out across the city of Columbia today. Check out the bright blue skies. Now, we did have a few high cirrus clouds rolling on through in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but other than that, that sun helped to warm temperatures up a little bit more so than yesterday. We'll go ahead and bring things back on indoors and take a look at satellite and radar composite. Leftover precipitation does have the possibility and chance to turn into some very light flurries, even maybe very light snow out there, but still a little too early to tell. The system has kind of been wishy-washy, so we won't really have a good idea and a good handle on things until the weekend.
I know what wishy-washy means, so. And we need nice weather for the holiday parades. Jefferson City and
it's not looking good on Saturday. It's just going to be a cold rain.
All right, thanks, Michelle. J.C. Penney kicked off its Pennies from Heaven fundraiser today, benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Columbia. J.C. Penney shoppers can round up the total cost of their purchases and donate the difference. The store gives 100% of the Pennies from Heaven donations to the Boys and Girls Club.
If your balance is $4.98, rounding up to $5, you know, all of those pennies add up and provide a huge support, financial support for the Boys and Girls Club.
And the Boys and Girls Club has received $16,000 from the Columbia store this year alone. The fundraiser ends December 12th. You might want to think twice about choosing certain gadgets for your kids.
They made a movie about it, but what do Mayan scholars say about Doomsday in 2012? And here's a look at your lotto numbers. Good luck.
Wake up with us tomorrow morning for KOMU 8 News Today at 4:30. It'll be our Thursday edition with all of your top headlines and, of course, your forecast.
Yep.
With somebody who's been missing for a while.
Yeah, for 3 whole weeks.
Yep.
It's been nice to be away, but we'll talk about the weather for the weekend. It looks a little chilly and a little rainy. We'll talk about that and everything else tomorrow at 4:30.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports with Chris Gervino.
Hello, everyone. The 13th ranked Missouri men's basketball team will play again Friday night. 6-0 Mizzou will host 4-3 Northwestern State from Louisiana. The Tigers have raced out to their best start in 5 years with convincing wins. And the Tiger volleyball program has made it to the NCAA tournament 10 times in 12 years under coaches Wayne and Susan Kreklow. That is sports.
Welcome back. Here's a recap of my 8-day extended forecast. A warmer afternoon for your Thursday, cooling down for Friday as the cold front slides on in, and then another cold front come in our way Saturday.
No need to worry tonight if you thought the world was coming to an end next year. Mayan and archaeological experts are at a conference in Mexico talking about the Mayan calendar. Some believe the calendar comes to an end on December 21st, 2012, ending a 5,126-year cycle, but some say that's a mistake.